Hi there, welcome back. So till now you have learned that how to create or set up the document for your graphic design you are going to print on any commercial or any digital press printer. That means now you know that how to create the proper bleed for your document sheet, and then you also know that how to create the safe zone area to your document sheet and how to place all your most important and relevant information into that safe zone area, so it's going to print very well even if your printer going to trimmed out the corner of your document sheet. That's really great. Then you have also learned that how to make proper color choices. I mean, choosing between the coated color and uncoated color. So if you are just printing your stuff any hard copy or any coated sheet of paper, then you're actually going to use that coated color, or it simply means spot colors. And then if you're actually going to print on any standard sheet or a normal sheet that is easily available in your inkjet printer or any desktop printer, then you use uncoated color. So don't worry, because now in this movie I'm going to show you that how to create like uncoated color from this coated color logo. That is gonna be really easy, so don't worry about it. So till now you have also learned that how to make a proper color mode choices. So if you're printing your graphics, then you need to choose CMYK color mode in order to print your graphics in any commercial or digital press printer. After that, you have also learned one of the most important thing, how to create custom guides in Illustrator, and you have also learned how to create custom grid in Illustrator and align your content properly. That is really great. Until now you have also learned that how to create the printable horizontal business card design and printable vertical business card design. Yes, these all things you have learned yet. So if you haven't watched all these previous movies, I highly recommend you to please go ahead and watch all these previous videos and then come back to this video, because this video is totally going to based on all its previous videos. Okay, great. So here in this movie I'm going to show you that how to create document setup for your letterhead, and I'm not going to create letterhead on this particular movie, because if I do that, this movie is going to exceed in length even more than an hour, and I really don't want that. So I'm going to create that letterhead in the next movie, but now in this movie I'm going to explain you the most important part when you're actually going to create your own letterhead for your businesses or for your client. And that means I'm going to explain you the different letterhead sizes and which one you actually choose. Then I'm going to show you that document setup, we create safe zone area, then we actually going to create a grid, and then I'm going to show you that how to create uncoated color from this coated color. So all of this is gonna be in this movie. So let's go ahead and start with letterhead sizes. So I get to here, and here you can see there's actually 5 most important and most common letterhead sizes. So the very first one is 5.5 inch into 8.5 inch. So 5.5 inch wider and 8.5 inch taller, and this is actually the pretty smaller letterhead size. And the next one we have 8.5 inch into 11 inch, and this is the most common letterhead size. I mean, you're actually going to find almost 60% of the time this is the proper size of your letterhead, and this is actually by default in USA. Even if you just go ahead and go to file here, new, and if we choose here letter, you can see there's a letter here, and if I just go ahead turn inches here, you can see now this is actually, you can see here 8.5 inch wider and 11 inch taller. So this size is very common letterhead size. The next one is A4 size, which is actually 8.27 inch into 11.69 inch. Actually I forgot this place inch, it doesn't matter, but you actually get the idea here. And this is actually A4 size. Well, there's a lot of people who actually make A4 sizes paper to this their letterhead, and this is also very common here. Now the next one is 8.5 inch wider and 14 inch taller, and this is a little bit a bigger one. And there's another one is 11 inch wider and 17 inch taller, and this is actually the biggest one. So if you are going to create letterhead sizes, remember to create only these 5 sizes, because almost all the commercial printer you actually find that support these 5 sizes. Remember this one. Okay, great. So before creating any letterhead sizes, you must ask your client or your customer in what sizes they want their letterhead. And even if you actually just go ahead and just present these 5 different sizes and let them know that which one they want, and based on their choice you can just go ahead and create the letterhead based on this size. Okay, Great. So first of all, actually I'm going to use this 8.5 inch into 11 inch because this is the very common, and it's actually fine 60% of the time, and this is actually common in US here obviously. And also Illustrator is actually by default is going to offer you this size, so that's why I'm going to choose 8.5 inch wider and 11 inch taller here. Okay, great. So now what I'm going to do here, basically I'm going to create a simple document here. I'm going to give it a name of letterhead, and if you want you can just go ahead and include here size here. It's really easy here, so let me just do that, right? So 8.5 inch into, let's go ahead and actually make this something like 11 inch here obviously. So 11 inch here, right? So yeah, this 8.5 inch into 11 inch letterhead size. And now obviously I want here print, so it's gonna just set it to be CMYK PPI 300 pixel per inch, right? That's great. I need number of artboard here, it's 2 actually. So yeah, there we go, 2. And now here you can see this actually already set to letter here. I just keep this size here. I just go ahead, turn into inches here. You can see 8.5 inch into 11 inch, and now you can see this is actually vertical one. Obviously this is going to be vertical because wider is smaller than taller, right? That's great. And now here you can see here is that you can see there's a bleed. I'm going to set the bleed same 1/8 of an inch here. So if you just go ahead, hit this one, and you can see there's actually linked here. So to going to just make 0.125 inch in all the position here, top, bottom, left and right, and that's it. So now let's go ahead, and now actually I'm going to hit OK here, and it will actually going to create 2 letterhead sizes with proper bleed here. You can see it, right? That is really great. So now you can see our letterhead 8.5 into 11 inch sizes is ready. This is 2 letterhead. So now this is actually our document setup. First of all, let me get back to here in this logo here, and now let me show you that you can see here. If I go to my swatches here, you can see this is actually, you can see here, this is actually Pantone P179-1C. It's actually coated color, but actually this is letterhead, and we can easily print on my inkjet printer or simply in my desktop printer. It's really gonna be easy, so I can simply just go ahead, get a letterhead, and I can print it in my inkjet printer. It's really gonna be easy. So we actually don't need any, like, you know, coated sheet of paper or any hard paper. We're actually going to print it in standard paper. So if you're going to print it in standard paper, I mean a normal paper, then you can actually just go ahead and choose uncoated color, because normal paper or standard paper don't have that coated or varnish, so color is not going to spread here. And because the standard paper is not a coated paper, these are actually the standard paper, so we can actually go ahead and choose the equivalent color in uncoated color. So how to do that? Well, that's really easy. Let me show you. You can see here, this is actually all there's a coated color here. So what you can do basically here, you can just go ahead, select this particular logo here. So you can see here there's actually 3 color here. Now what you can do basically here, you can just go to this here. You can see this is actually recolor artwork here. I just hit this one, and there is actually recolor artwork toolbox here. And here what I'm going to do, I'm going to just go to here. You can just see this is actually selected here. Just keep this selected here. And what I can do here, you can see there's actually this is limit the color group to color in swatch library. You can just go ahead, hit this one, and here once again you can just go to color book, because actually I choose it from this color book library, and I actually use Pantone CMYK coated color. But now I want to use CMYK uncoated color for my this particular letterhead sizes, because this is gonna be a standard paper. So I can just go ahead and hit this one, just only hit this one, and now it's turned to uncoated here. And now if I just go ahead and hit OK, this is exactly what you need to do. You just need to come here and select from color book, that is uncoated color. So if you just choose like a Pantone solid coated, then now you can choose Pantone solid uncoated. Now actually I use CMYK coated, so I'm going to choose their Pantone CMYK uncoated, and now actually I have already chosen it, so I can just get back to here, click outside, and now you can see I choose their Pantone plus CMYK uncoated. I just go ahead, hit OK here, and now you can see I have their 2 color here. You can see here this is actually an extra here, because I haven't used this particular color in this logo. So actually I used only 2 color, this one, right, Pantone P28C and Pantone P179-14C. so this is the only 2 color I used in this particular logo here. I haven't used this particular color, so that's why it's only going to just bring uncoated color of these 2 things, right? So that is good. You can see now here Pantone P28. Now you can see there, instead of C, there's actually U here. You can see, and U means uncoated color. You can see U means uncoated color. So now you can simply and easily use this uncoated color to redesign your logo for anything you actually going to print on standard sheet, or you are going to print on any inkjet or any desktop printer. So yeah, that's fine here. So what I'm going to basically here, I'm going to actually create here like another folder here, and the name is gonna be like obviously uncoated color here. So uncoated, simply uncoated is fine here. And I'm going to just you can see here, this is actually uncoated color here. So I can just go ahead. You can see here, it's actually, you can see now in uncoated it's actually turned to here. Okay, fine, that's great. And this one is actually, you can see Pantone P coated here. That is great. So this is what exactly I wanted here, and you can see here now actually I have got this one. So let me just tell you one thing, that if you're using something like a different, I mean lots of color here, then you may find the visual difference between your coated and uncoated color. So don't worry about it. I mean, if you find the visual difference between your coated and uncoated color, you will say that okay fine, when I choose a pink coated here and if I choose pink uncoated, there's a visual difference between pink coated and pink uncoated here. And you will say okay, I'm not going to use this uncoated color in my this particular standard sheet because now there's a visual difference between them. Well, don't worry about it. Coated color is going to print on hard copy or any coated sheet of paper. It will actually going to look same when you're actually going to print uncoated version into standard paper. Remember this one. So don't worry about it anymore. Okay, fine, that's great here. So now I can just go ahead and select this one, and let me show you that if I just go ahead select this one, you can see now this actually logo is now turned to uncoated colors. You can see here if I just go to here, you can see this actually if I just click this one, it's selecting this one. You can see there's a white border is appearing around here. So it simply means that you can see it's a Pantone P20-8. U is simply means uncoated color. Now it is, now it's not coated anymore. So I can just go ahead hit this one, and now you can see it is also like uncoated color. See, great. So now we can simply use this particular logo in my letterhead sizes, because this is now uncoated and it's going to print awesome on any standard paper. Great. So this is how you can choose uncoated color from your coated color. This is really easy. If you have any doubt, then watch this movie again, and if you still have any doubt, let me know in the forum and I will help you there. So now this is done. Now let me get back to my letterhead sizes here, and here what I'm going to do basically here, I'm going to just create the safe zone area here. So now let's go ahead and create safe zone for our this letterhead. Now you know that you can simply just go ahead, grab this rectangle, and safe zone is simply means under 8 of an inch. So I can just go ahead, create a simple rectangle here, and now I go to transform here, and now you know that this letter size is 8.5 inch wider and 11 inch taller. So now what I can do basically here, I can just go ahead and set 8.25 inch wider, and once again I go to transform here, and now this is actually 11 inch taller here, so I'm going to make it 10.75 inch taller here, and there we go. Our safe zone area is ready here. So now what I'm doing here, basically I just go ahead and just click on this black selection tool here, and now I can simply just go ahead and align it vertically and horizontally center here. And now let me just go ahead, give it a stroke here. Actually you can see there's already a stroke here. I can just go ahead and hit the outside, and now you can see there's actually our safe zone area is created here. That is really great. So before converting it into guide, I can just go ahead, click this one, and now Control C to copy it and Control Shift V to paste in place in this particular like template here, and now you can see it. That's done, right? So we have just created safe zone area for our letterhead sizes. I can simply just go to here, select this one, and hit Control 5 to making it guide here. So now it's actually turned to guide here, and here I'm going to do the same thing, Control 5. That's it. So if you don't know about it, then actually I've already explained it in previous few movies. So go ahead and watch those previous movies if you haven't watched it already, and then come back to this one, because after watching those movies you will understand it very, very well. Great. So now you can see here we have just created our safe zone area. Now what I want here, let me just go ahead and bring it here. And now what I want here, first of all actually I'm going to just create a simple grid here. So how much line I want? Well, basically before asking this question to you, just ask that how much control you need. If you need a lot of control over your grid, you need to create a lot of lines here to create grid. If you need a smaller control, then you need to create a smaller control. Well, basically I'm going to create here a 7 line. So actually I will have a 5 line to work with, so 5 grid. So 1 2 3 4 5 grid, right? So that's look good for me. So I can just go ahead and grab this line segment tool here, and I'm going to create guide here from bleed to bleed here. So this is gonna be 1 bleed to bleed, right? 2 there we go, and 3 4 there we go, sorry about it, and control 0 to bring it here once again here, 4, and this is gonna be 5, this is gonna be 6 here, and then the last one is actually going to be 7 here. There we go. Now I can just go ahead, hit this black selection tool. I can click on this particular artboard here, control 0 to bring it front here. Now I'm going to just select all of it, and now we have already applied the strokes here, so I'm going to just distribute it horizontally center here. Now you can see it's distributed horizontally center. That's great. Now I'm going to get rid of this particular first one and the last one, and now we actually have this 5 grid to work with. That's great. So I'm going to first of all copy this one, Control C, and click on this artboard here, and Control Shift V to paste in place. You see, now I actually paste in the place here. Let me just go ahead, hit Control 0 to bring it here. You see, that's working great here. Now I'm just go ahead and I can simply just select all of it, Control 5 to turn into guides here, and now same thing here. So I can select all of it, Control 5 to turn into guide here. There we go. So now actually we have this grid here. We can easily work very well. And now what I'm going to do here, basically actually I'm just going to this is actually great. Actually we have safe zone area, and you can place all the important information inside this safe zone area. But now what I want here, basically actually I need to place another half inch from top and from bottom. So I'm going to place my all information like below that half an inch, so it's gonna look really awesome. And I will show you what actually I mean when actually going to create actual letterhead. So for that, what I'm going to do here, basically I'm going to just grab this particular line here, and let me just go ahead first for hit Control plus to a little bit zoom in here, and now I go down here, and I'm just going to create a simple line from bleed to bleed here, and by holding my shift key. So I'm going to create it in a straightforward line here. There we go, perfect. And now I can see here, this is actually our line here, and I want it half inch down from this safe zone area. So how do I do that? Well, let me just go to this transform here, and we're actually going to work on X and Y axis. So this is X axis and this is Y axis here. So first of all, you can see here this is an X axis, this is 0.25 inch, that's fine, but in Y axis this is actually 0.7176 inch. Let me just first of all make it 0 inch and see how it looks. So it's actually going to here, see, it's now actually going to this up here, this at the very like here at the very top. So what I can do here, basically I can just click on this one once again, transform here, and now by keep selecting this one, I'm going to hit up arrow key, so it will going to place into this safe zone area. See, this is like 1/8 of an inch, and now I need another half inch from this particular safe zone area. So I'm going to hit till 0.625. So 1 2 and now 1 2. That's it. So this is the half inch from the safe zone area. So we can actually place our most important information here, and then we can actually leave this one, so it's gonna be like really look nice here, and you will understand it when actually going to create actual letterhead. Okay, great. So this is actually the first one, and now let me just go ahead and create another one from bottom here, so I can get back to here. Let me once again do that here. So here we go. So I just go ahead and bleed to bleed here. That's great. Now what I'm going to do here, I just go to here, and now what I'm going to do here, basically you can see this is 10.625. So this is not bottom left and bottom right here. So what I can do basically here, I can just hit this selection tool, this is black one, and Control R to bring my ruler back, and you can see this is actually 0.0 point. I'm going to grab it from here, and I'm going to place it right here. Here we go. And now the 0 is here. That's great. So now I can just get back to here, transform, and now I can just go ahead, hit here 0, and now you can see it's actually just get back to here 0. That's great. Now I can just go ahead and use my this arrow key in my keyboard, and now actually I'm going to hit this down key, and there you go. 1 is going to place in safe zone area, and 1 2 and 1 2. Now you can see this is actually half an inch like away from the bottom at the top, right? See, great. So yeah, that's it. So now we have just done it very well. So now I can just go ahead, copy it from here, and I can simply just go ahead and I can just click here and Control Shift V to paste into place here. That's great. Now I can get back to here, go up, and I can simply just copy this one and click here, Control Shift V to place into place here. So now if I hit Control minus minus, you can see here now we actually have our letterhead sizes with proper this setup. So now we have just set up our this particular letterhead size and create safe zone area, created a grid, and then we're actually going to place our information inside this this particular line here, 1 2 here inside, and yeah, that's great. So now we have just done setting the document for our letterhead sizes. So yeah, this is it. So now in the next movie, let's go ahead and design our actual letterhead. So thank you so much for watching me in this movie. See you there.